Though green summer fade and winter draw near, my Lord, in your presence I live without fear. Through tempest, through snow, through turbulent tide, the touch of your hand is my strength and my guide. I ask for no riches that death can destroy. I crave only thee, your love and your joy. I ask for no riches that death can destroy. I crave only thee, your love and your joy. The dancers will pass, the singing must end. I welcome the darkness with you for my friend. This is one of Swami Ananda's songs, and it says, though green summer fade and winter draw near. And I know it is meant in a metaphor way, that the summer of our life is perhaps going and the winter, the challenges are coming. But part of me wishes it was literally that the winter is coming, because right now in Pune it's feeling a little hot, and it is always nice when it's a little cooler. So today we chose a verse on the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 37. O Arjuna, as fire burns wood to ashes, so does the fire of wisdom burn to ashes all one's karma. So the fire of wisdom burns to ashes all one's karmas. Now, the fire of wisdom, that always reminds me of a story that probably you all have heard, that a little child comes to his grandfather and asks him, "Grandfather, how come that you are so wise?" And the grandfather says, "By knowing how to do the right thing." And the child asks, "So how did you learn to do the right thing?" And the grandfather says, "Well, by doing the wrong thing first. And that's how I learned then to do the right thing." And it is true in life, in this world, we have to be practical, and a lot of our wisdom, or our practical wisdom, or worldly wisdom comes in this way, that we make mistakes, we learn, hopefully we learn from them. If not, we are going to be faced with the same situation over and over until we learn our mistakes. But true wisdom is really an experience. True wisdom comes. It is a realization that the soul has. And again, we tend to limit wisdom or that aspect of intuition to questions. I have this particular question, I'll attract this answer through my intuition, through God's wisdom, whatever it may be. But we forget that intuition, wisdom, is the experience of the soul. And that's the experience of the soul of a higher reality. And when you are in that higher state, anything comes to you. Any worldly wisdom, any question, spiritual question that you may have. But also, you go to that state that you can really burn this karma. That I believe it was Swami Ananda who said that even a little bit of an experience of true joy in meditation can burn much more karma than hours of sitting there and doing kriya or whatever, all the technique that you may be doing without having that experience, that joy or the experience of love or seeing the inner light and merging into the light. Those things can really help us overcome karma much more quickly. And it is very important that we do all these things, also right action outwardly, because if not, we can be much more influenced by mass karma. Now, we know that right now the world is going through a certain episode of mass karma, and it is our choice to be part of that mass karma, that there is a lot of fear going on. Do we want to go into that fear? Do we want to go into that panic? Or do we choose to remain centered? Especially because of our own inner strength that we have found through meditation, through spiritual practice, to also through right action. And we decide to be maybe a force of good for the world, in the world. I think that it is very interesting because, for example, Yogananda said that if you are going to an airplane, and most of the karma of the people in the airplane were that the plane goes down. If you yourself have enough magnetism, a strong magnetism, you are able to perhaps save yourself from that mass karma. That perhaps circumstances will happen that maybe you miss your taxi, or your taxi is late and you don't make it in time for the flight, or for any other reason, suddenly you decide not to go. That these things can happen. And it is very important that we learn to strengthen our auras. And so happens that this Saturday, Swami Jaya and Dhyana are going to start some classes that will help us through challenging times and all the times, how to strengthen our auras, how to become, you could say, warriors of light, that we are able to raise above all karma, but also above all this mass karma that may be going on. And I just want to conclude with also another clue to how we can burn karma more quickly, and also how we can avoid certain negative situations, or perhaps more than that, how to avoid going into negative thinking. That makes us even be more involved in the world. And that is by serving. That whatever you do through these days, find an opportunity to serve. Find an opportunity to be helpful to others in whatever way you can. And it seems that right now, God, the universe, whatever, is trying to make us develop that inner wisdom more. Perhaps you had a vacation plan, now the exams are over, finally you and your family can go and find peace in Goa or in wherever it may be, and suddenly you find that you had to cancel that trip. Well, maybe the universe is trying to tell you, find that peace within. Perhaps you were going to go to a cricket match or something to have some fun and enjoy with your friends. Well, now it's telling you, find that joy within. That is a wonderful time to go within, to live more by your ideals and to be a force of good. And in these times that, in India, nothing much perhaps is happening right now, but it feels a little strange out, especially now. I should be talking to a large audience, but I'm talking just to a handful of people and to a camera. And there is some changes going on. But what we do in every moment, when we develop our inner life and we're able to stay strong, then we can really change ourselves and can help many other people. Then all karma in these challenging or interesting times can become a force to help us grow more and overcome more.
Okay, good evening, everybody. And yes, it's true, interesting times that we're in, and it's also interesting, Bara mentioned Goa. We had plans to go to Goa and we just cancelled our ticket and everything. So that's a little painful that he mentions that. But so many of us have been kind of forced to kind of withdraw from life right now, it seems like. And I just want to pick up, from this reading. Swamiji mentions in the reading, he says, when mass karma hits, our first duty is ourselves, is to really ask ourselves, am I doing something right now to uplift my consciousness? Am I doing something right now to help myself, to improve myself? And when I read that, I thought that was a very big point to keep in mind for all of us. I'm so proud to be part of Ananda and so grateful because worldwide, the moment this news came out and a lot of isolation this week has happened, almost every center around Ananda, you go and tune in to their website or their Facebook page, there's somebody broadcasting something or the other. They're just putting out the light. And so we have this opportunity to be a part of that light. And just the other day, somebody wrote us a mail from abroad, and they used to live in India, and was just saying, you know what, but now I'm over here and I'm just alone. I feel alone here. I don't know if it's the right decision. What's my purpose in life? I'm a devotee, like they are a Kriyaban. And they also, I think their partner is also a Kriyaban, fortunately. So they have the spiritual support, but they're just, what do I do? What's my purpose? You know, I just feel alone. And so certainly having this online support right now of just like-minded company, dipping into that. On YouTube, we have so much of Swamiji. We have so much of all our acharyas. Just great talks to tune into. We've got Radio Ananda. Listen to the music. Just keep that playing the whole day. Today, somebody asked us to send them Om. So just they want to have that support at home. Whatever we can do to make ourselves strong. But I wanted to share a little incident. Just, you know, because I was thinking about it today. It's something that stayed with me in my heart. And it's something that happened a few months ago right here in our center. Now, this happened with two dear friends. And so I hope they don't mind that I share this story. But I'll keep it anonymous anyway. And it was one of these little incidents, which was there was an event that was being organized, and so one of them brought a lot of supplies, and so everybody kind of showed up at the event, and one by one, oh, why did you bring so much? Okay, fine. Why did you bring so much? Why did you bring so much? So I think she was hearing it from many people, and then I came a few minutes later. I didn't realize what had happened, and I was also helping to organize the event. So I saw that and went to her immediately. Why did you bring so many supplies? It's all going to go to waste. And so I think she had it to her bring's end. And so she kind of hit me back with a strong, you know, thing of, it's okay that I brought so much. And so I hit back with, no, but you see, it's going to go away. And then all of a sudden the event started. So I had to run inside and, you know, be part of that. And it was a silly thing. But I was kind of feeling, oh, you know, I should have not been so strong, poor thing. You know, at least she put the energy, whatever. I was so touched because at the end of the event, the moment it finished, she kind of came running in and running up to me and just, I'm so sorry for talking to you so strongly. You're like family. I didn't mean to talk to you like this. This is just, you know, to sort it out. And in that moment, I was, of course, like, yes, I'm sorry too. And, you know, it's all good. It worked out just fine. And in fact, it ended up that the supplies, it was actually food, was just the right amount because that many people showed up and actually finished the food. So there was that. But we were just laughing at the whole situation. And she was telling me, like, I called up another of the devotees who wasn't able to come for the event. And even that devotee was like, I heard you brought so much food. Why did you bring so much food? So I was yelling at her on the phone of, I tell you, it's okay that I bring, what's the problem if I bring it? And suddenly she realized, while she was on the phone with this devotee, that she was shouting, but that devotee was calm and wasn't yelling back at her. So all of a sudden she stopped in the middle of her shouting and said, wait a minute, I'm angry and shouting at you. Why are you not shouting back at me? And so this devotee was like, oh, what can I say? I have a headache since morning and I don't have the energy to shout. And I know that this devotee is usually calm and that had nothing to do with the headache. No, it was just that calmness in them. So two things from this that I think we can keep with ourselves with regard to this circumstance. And I just wanted to share, you know, one, it's like when something comes, when a karma comes at us, just do what we can in the right spirit to go and resolve it right away. Instead of it could potentially become unfortunate or big or blow up or whatever it is. Just go sort it out with people. Be a force of calmness. Apologize. That itself is, like this reading suggests, that's a flame of wisdom. It's when we realize in ourselves, I made a mistake. I need to go and apologize. I need to sort this out. And when we can resolve that right away, that starts creating harmony in the world, in our immediate environment. And we kind of become a force for that through the world. That's one. And the second was this other devotee who was calm, no matter what was coming at them. Just when we are able to touch that calmness in ourselves, when we meditate, especially when we meditate, we cultivate the quality of calmness. We practice being calm throughout the day. When situations come like that at us, we're able to stay calm. And so we're able to help each other. We're able to help each other realize that it's through that force of being a force of calmness, that I can actually help the world, I can help my friends. It's not through yelling and reacting and getting caught up in the show. Because again and again, the masters tell us this is all a dream show. Don't get caught in this. Krishna tells us in the Gita, don't get caught in this dream drama. Get away from it. And this is a great opportunity, this phase. We can take it as a huge blessing. It's not what comes to us, it's who we become through what happens. So we have a great opportunity to withdraw. And I just want to end by saying, take this as a time. I've been hearing from many people that, my office says everybody's withdrawn to the home. And the answer then they say is, but now it's even more busy. I'm on the phone all the time and I'm in these meetings all the time. And it's just a constant running that we are doing. And in this world too, right now, the pace of city living and all our lives has become so hectic. We're all the time running after the next target, the next goal. But if we take this as an opportunity from God, from the divine, to just drop into that inner life that we have, withdraw in and build that inner life. It's as this song that we sang before in the beginning said, I welcome the darkness with you for my friend. No matter what, the dancers will pass, the singing ends, this storm right now will pass, it'll finish. But have we been able to cultivate that presence, that friendship with God, with the gurus, deeper and deeper in our hearts? That's what will take us to them. That's what's the solution. That's what's the whole point of this show anyway. So let's keep these words with us. I welcome the darkness with you for my friend.